This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I am your host, as always, Gianna, and today we have the opportunity of talking to Travis Halbrook. Welcome to the show. Thank you for your time. Can't wait to get to know you.
Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
Of course. So, Travis, let's start with some background. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you find yourself to grow up to be a real estate agent?
So I'm in Northeast Georgia. I live on Lake Hartwell, right on the Georgia-South Carolina line. I'm born and raised in this kind of geographic region, Western North Carolina, Northeast Georgia. Been in real estate since 1993, but just been on the agency side since for the past 18 months. Came out of college, started building houses, developing land, buying and selling investment properties, long-term holds, right up to '08 when the whole world crashed around real estate. I left the industry altogether, built a couple other businesses, and then found my way back into real estate in 2020 on the investment side, and then got my license in February of 21. So.
Okay, awesome. Well, what brought you to EXP, Travis? How did you get introduced to that? Was it your first brokerage? Why did you choose to come over?
No, actually, I changed brokers 3 times in my first, actually 6 months. I changed brokerage 3 times.
Okay.
So when I got my license, I just, only thing I knew was traditional real estate. Just went to my local independent broker that I knew really well, knew, like, and trusted, and said, "Hey, I want to hang my license."
Mm-hmm.
But I had moved. We'd moved over on the lake. We're about 45 minutes from that market, but I didn't know anybody in the new market because, again, we moved in May of 20. So everything's locked down for COVID, no social activities, no way to get out and meet anybody.
Yep.
And so when I got my license in February of 21, I knew absolutely nobody in the new county I lived in. No church, no Rotary Club, no chamber functions, no anything.
No, nothing.
So I hung my license with him, just because I knew people in that area and figured maybe I could, pick up some overflow business from there. But I wanted to build my business where I was at. So that's what I did. I went out and started building my business. I had no idea about caps and anything like that in real estate commission splits. I was on a 75-25 split. Again, in those I was with them for 3 months. And again, I paid them, $25,000 in commissions on their 25. I did $3 million in those first 3 months. I was doing right about $1 million a month. And I was driving. They were very low tech. I had to pick up earnest money checks, drive them to their office, drive back a commission check, drive back a settlement statement, drive back and pick up my check. They didn't do direct deposit even, or anything. And so I'd make 4 or 5 trips to their office just to get paid on a transaction. So after a little while, I said, well, I'm going to change to a local broker in the market I want to be in. So I did that, changed to another local independent broker, been around for 50 years. I was their only agent. And I knew, hey, this might be an opportunity because it's a very well-known brokerage, had been a large name in the market. And again, they were very busy and needed agents. So I thought, well, I can go, take some overflow from there. I got there, and that broker, again, did not want any help, needed help, but didn't want any help. Again, still on a 75-25 split. So in 3 months, I paid her $25,000 in commissions. And at that point, I had met, in the interim of that, I had done a transaction with someone from Arizona. Again, I'm in Georgia, but I got a call off Zillow for a college student at a local college, said, I want to buy a house. My dad's going to help me. He's a real estate agent in Arizona. So through that transaction, met Eric Kelly, who's an Icon agent out in Phoenix, Arizona. And it was his daughter buying a house. And he said, hey, let me tell you about EXP. And so that's how I came over to EXP. And August 30th will be 1 year for me. So.
Oh, awesome. Well, welcome over to EXP. Killing the game there, Travis, to be iconing. That's awesome. So congratulations for that great success in such little time. So Travis, tell me what you've liked about EXP now that you're over here, right? So they have stock options, rev share, collaboration. So what maybe didn't you expect about EXP that now you really enjoy about the brokerage?
Sure. So like I said, I came over simply because of the cap. I'd been with two different brokers, paid them both over $25,000 a piece. And now all of a sudden somebody says, hey, we'll cap you at $16,000. So I didn't care about rev share, stock options, collaboration. I just knew I was completely on my own at the first two brokers. And if I came over here and I was still completely on my own, but I only had to pay $16,000 to be on my own, then I had to be in a better position. So I started tracking from day one when I tracked backwards and said, okay, if I'd started with EXP on day one, what would that look like just in commissions? And of course, it's over in that first year, it would have been over $100,000 difference of what I would have paid out to my previous brokers versus what I paid out to EXP. So it definitely made sense just on the commission side and the cap. Of course, the stock now having hit icon, as well as sponsored a few agents. The stock awards are great. This week's been a great week for the stock. We're up. We went up, last week we went up 3 days in a row. So that was great. So I'm loving that. I do. And again, when I first moved over, I'm 51 years old. So when I came over, I just wanted to sell some real estate. When I hit 100,000 last year, I asked my wife, hey, do I have to keep working or can I just, because we live on the lake. So I said, can I just fish the rest of the year? Of course, we didn't do that. So when I got into real estate, I was really not wanting to build a team. I wasn't wanting to fly around the country and mastermind or do that. But as things happen, I don't know if you've met Coach Burt. Coach Burt's a coach that coaches a lot of EXP agents. And I met him at EXP Con last year, same time I met Justin for the first time. And he calls it a concept of prey drive. So when your prey drive's activated and you decide you want to go after more, that's what happened last year at EXP Con for me. So we built a team this year and set some bigger goals. And so that's been great. So now we are enjoying the collaboration, opportunity to go around the country, meet with other top agents, and do it via Zoom as well. I do a lot of weekly Zooms. We're on a Zoom at 4:00 today when we finish up with you. That'll have 75 or 100 agents on it. So that's great.
Awesome. That's really cool, Travis. Well, I'm glad that you've really enjoyed your time over at EXP and taken advantage of all the benefits it has to offer, stock, low cap, earning your cap back, of course, as an Icon agent. And before we dive into all things Icon, let's talk about you, Travis. You touched a little bit on how you like to fish, but tell me about work-life balance, right? How do you draw the line between work and play? And I see a little wealth chart back there. So obviously we've got some big goals. So what's your thought process on that?
So I'm probably not the best example in work-life balance, other than I think that, so when I think of freedom, I think not of saying I'm only going to work 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to have my nights and weekends off, because I can do that going to get a 9 to 5 job. So to me, the freedom is that unless it's an existing client that's, I need to take advantage of right now, I don't have to answer my phone if I don't want to on any given day. So if I want to play golf on Friday morning, I can play golf on Friday morning. If I want to be out on the boat, I can be out on the boat. So I would probably say I'm not what most people say is a great work-life balance guy, but I think it's great. I work 7 days a week, but I work from my boat, I work from my truck, I work from my couch, I work from wherever I'm at. And I make sure I do what I want to do, but I still get the work done as well. To me, the saying that, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, to me, that's what work-life balance is about. I love real estate. So I never really feel like I'm working. The second way I balance it is I just brought my family to work with me. So my wife's our admin. My son's 18. He just got his license. And then my daughter's running another company that I own So last week she left her corporate job and is now running that company, so I can enjoy the benefits of both companies and maybe get some work-life balance back.
Yeah, absolutely. And that work-life balance is important. And, you said you work from everywhere, but you also take the time to recharge and take care of yourself, go fishing, hang out with the family. So that's awesome. And, as far as leveraging out some tasks, Travis, do you have like an assistant or an operations manager or anybody that you're able to kind of have help you scale your business?
So again, we did build a team. I do have a partner on the team. Started out as an agent last year. Again, new agent. He's less than a year now as a licensee. He just turned 20 2 weeks ago. So he'll be Icon next month, so you can interview him then. But so I built a team, so that's given me the opportunity to, scale in production. Again, brought my son on at 18. He's our showing agent, so he's a salaried showing agent, so he does all our showings for us. And then, of course, I've started using showing agents through other technology. There's an app in our area. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I'm sure the concept's everywhere, called Showami, where I can literally just go on and schedule a showing, and I can have a showing agent, go show a house for me. We did that yesterday. I had a client I've been working with for 4 months, and I showed him houses all day Saturday. And then yesterday I called and say, hey, I need to show there's a house I want to look at. So I wasn't working yesterday. So I grabbed a showing agent and they went and showed the house, and we got that contract today. So we definitely do some things like that. I do have my wife in as a transaction coordinator at the moment. We are interviewing right now. We just got a message over from our coach that is handling the next hire for us. And she started an ad this weekend for an admin and got 24 applications in this weekend. So we are adding an admin. And then we're slowly studying the VA to see how we can jump into that.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And what are some of the first tasks that you're going to be leveraging off?
The biggest task is going to definitely be our database management. We absolutely don't have time to do, and we don't at the moment. We're not doing any type of database follow-up, past clients, warm leads. Right now, we're so busy working, bottom of the funnel leads that we're not doing anything to capitalize on our database. So that's going to be the first thing is managing our database, farming through our social media accounts and things like that.
Absolutely. No, that's great. That's a great tactic to start off with, Travis, and being able to take, some tasks off your plate so that you can focus on some, income generating things, which is, far more important for somebody that's, licensed and with your experience to focus on than somebody who's maybe just trying to get to know the business. Or like you said, you had your son come on board as a showing agent, and that all really helps. And Travis, let's talk more Icon Award now. So your production, you are in the market of Georgia, Hartwell, Georgia. So what does that average housing price look like out there, and how many houses do you have to sell to be able to cap?
So our average is right around 240. So we're two distinct markets. We're on a lake. We're on a 56,000 acre lake. So one of the largest lakes in the Southeast. If you're on the lake, the average is 650. If you're across the street, your average is 250, So our average is 240. So, it takes 17, what is that? 14 houses roughly to cap and we're averaging right at 3%. So it takes 14, 15 houses to cap. And then of course, we do operate as a team. So there's a lot of splits in there. So it took me 39 transactions to Icon.
Okay. Awesome. 39 transactions.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. And then, Travis, beyond that, to be an Icon agent and get that full cap back in stock, you have to be, involved with EXP. You've got a cultural commitment to be a coach, a mentor, a teacher, whatever that is to you. So what one do you choose, and why do you take that as your cultural commitment?
Sure. So I did sign up to be a mentor pretty much as quickly as I qualified to be a mentor. So I've been a certified mentor because of where I'm located at. I don't get an opportunity to mentor a lot of people other than my team members. We're in a rural area. We're an hour north of Atlanta, about 45 minutes south of Greenville, South Carolina. So we're kind of in a little pocket where, there's not a lot of people joining EXP. There was only one agent within a 20-mile radius of me when I joined. Again, I've built a team. We were up to 7 agents. We've dropped back down. We're at 5 at the moment. But so I'm mentoring, when people join a standard team, they're waived from the mentor program requirement, but I still get credit for mentoring that's one change that EXP did make this past year is I do get credit for mentoring my first line agents that are on my team. So even though they're not going through the official mentor program. So,
Absolutely.
But that's the path I'm using right now is the mentorship.
Okay, that's awesome. And it's good to be a mentor. Sometimes they teach you more than you teach them. So It's always awesome in an industry that you have to be on a path to continuous learning and always improving and evolving with the industry. And Travis, now that you're an Icon agent, what is one of your favorite things about iconing, right? Obviously, you get that cap back in stock. You get a big glass shiny trophy, opportunity to get stock for EXP Con and shareholders. So what's your why? Why are you going to continue to be an Icon and set that on your list of goals every year?
So, obviously it is a production thing. It's a lot of money. We're the opportunity to be 100% commission, which of course we get once we cap. But then even then when you get Icon, then you make even more money because that transaction fee drops from $250 down to $75. So that's not a lot, but $175 every transaction. We just closed the day I closed my 85th transaction in 12 months with EXP. So, that's a good little chunk of change. I just hit Icon last month. So in terms of some of the benefits, I really haven't got to take advantage of them yet. But a lot of it's just the level of collaborate. We're totally a collaborative company for sure, but there's a whole new level of collaboration that opens up when you do hit Icon. You get into rooms, one of our business partners in my upline, Curtis Johnson, talks about, you're always trying to get into a bigger room. You're always you want to be the low guy in the room. You got to fight your way to get in the room, and then you got to fight your way to stay in the room. And certainly when you become an Icon, some rooms open up to you with some higher level masterminding. And then, you just want to make sure you do whatever it takes to stay in that room. So I've gotten some opportunity to get in those rooms the past couple of months, and I'm sure I'm looking forward to, more of those opportunities over the next year. Even when we go to, we're going to Dallas in a couple of weeks or a week from today, we're leaving to go to Dallas for Build. And there'll be some Icon activities there, even they're only opened up to Icons. We'll go to Vegas in October. Again, there'll be Icon only events. So those are definitely the rooms you want to be in to learn from the best. So.
Absolutely. Yes, I love that you said that, Travis. Those connections and referrals and that reputation that Iconing earns you is incredible. It's totally worth the blood, sweat, and tears you pour into it for most of the year. So, Travis, for somebody that is looking to make the move over to EXP and they're nervous, they're scared, they think it's a pyramid scheme, they think it's a cult, what would you have to tell them about making the move over here?
Again, the biggest thing to debunk any of those theories is just our production. There's nobody can argue with our production. We are the fastest growing, not just in agent count, but in production sides. So nobody can argue with the fact that we're a real live real estate company. The fact we get paid over, several levels of rev share, to me, it's a no-brainer. Even if we are a multi-level marketing company, what's the problem with those? The problem is always the product. Our product's real estate. We're in the most legit product business that you can be in. So I don't see that problem. But I would just say people need to realize we are a real estate company. We're a very high-level producing company, and the resources are so unlimited. There's no way that small brokerages can even come close to offering the resources that open up when you come here. And even some of our copycats and competitors, In fact, when I made the decision to come, it was literally down to, it's 2:30 on a Friday afternoon, and I'm deciding which brokerage I'm going to go with, and it was between EXP and one of our copycats, and the decision was made based on the size. There's no way this company that's got 2,000 agents, not to give away who that company might be, but there's no way this company that looks just like us but only has 2,000 agents can have the resources that at that time we had 65,000. There's no way you can have the same resources. So
right, and especially the experience and the trial and errors that EXP has been through. There's no way. And I like how you said that. They're copycats, but there's an imitation's the best flatteration. But trust me when I say the original has seen success, people are flooding over here. That success leaves clues, and there's a reason for it all. And Travis, for somebody that maybe wants to icon their first year with EXP, maybe they're a rookie real estate agent, and the reason they picked EXP is because of the Icon Award. How would they go about iconing in their first year, and is that possible for them?
It's definitely possible. Like I said, I made it. I've got another new agent that's on my team turned 20 last week. So
wow.
He didn't have any secrets, but he'll icon in the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
And so it's definitely possible. And he and I were talking about it today, not as it related to icon necessarily, but somebody locally just asked him, hey, how is it that you're being more successful than other people in the market? Because again, obviously they know his age. He can't hide his experience. Somebody can look at me at 50 and assume I've been in real estate a long time. They look at him and they know he hasn't been in real estate that long. And it's just consistency. You got to get up and go to work every day. Multiple streams of lead gen. You can't get up and just say, I'm going to talk to my sphere, because when you first start, your sphere may know and like you, but they're not necessarily going to trust you in real estate. They know you don't have the experience. And again, that's something you got to build up over time. And you got to hit the ground running day one if you want to hit icon in the first year. So as a new agent. And so you just got to go after multiple streams of income. You've got to leverage. You've got to, you've got to use bought leads. I don't think you can do it in your first year as a new agent without buying some leads and again, leveraging those.
You got to spend money to make money.
Right. Exactly. And that's where like I said, I owned another company when I came over. So I did have an advantage over some new agents, and that I had a revenue stream that allowed me to invest. I think that's the biggest challenge new agents face, is they come over wanting a business, but expecting results as if it were a job. They want to come over and, think if I just put the work in, it's going to happen. And it's not. It is a business. You do have to invest some into it. So.
Absolutely. And Travis, for my final question, were you ever skeptical of EXP? Like, was it seem too good to be true to you, or did you have any second thoughts about it?
No, before I joined or since joining?
Before you joined.
Not really. Like I said, I'd never heard of it until I met Eric. So it was about a 6-week window there from the time I met him, and he mentioned, actually it probably wasn't that long. He didn't mention it to me. I knew which brokerage he was with, but he didn't explain the model to me probably till 4 or 5 weeks into our relationship. And I never really questioned it in terms of a model. I didn't necessarily see what the benefit was right away. But once it's one of those things where it's a pain point situation. Again, there was a day I woke up and, I knew things weren't going the way I wanted to go with my existing broker, weren't making progress on discussing my future there. And so it was just, I knew apples to apples, I would be better off at EXP just on the financial side. But no, I never really questioned it in terms of would it work? Is it going to succeed? Is it going to fail?
Right.
So no, I never did question it.
That's awesome. And it's obviously, paid off for you. With that high risk came high reward. You came over, you're killing the game. You're an icon agent. You are a mentor, and you seem to be loving all the benefits that EXP has to offer. And are you going to be at EXPCon?
I will be. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I plan on seeing you there, Travis. Do you have anything you want to wrap up with, leave the listeners with today as we finish it off?
Nope. I would just say, put in the work, get in the rooms and listen to as many different, that's a challenge with EXP is that if you come from another brokerage where there are no resources and you come to EXP, it's like going from a water fountain to a fire hydrant, back to your fireman this morning. You go from trying to drink from a water fountain to drinking from a fire hydrant. So there are a ton of resources, and yes, you do have to figure out which ones to listen to. You can't chase every shiny object, but I do encourage people just to get into as many rooms, listen to as many different successful people as they can, and grow from that.
Absolutely. I love that, Travis. Thank you so much for your time today. Looking forward to seeing you in October, and heard you're trying to dabble into the VA world. So obviously Spear Rocket can help you with that. And I would love to, if you do get into it, I'd love to catch up with you and see how much it's changed your life a little here and there, if it has at all, but I'm sure it will have. Lots can change from now to October 11th through the 14th. So I look forward to catching up there, Travis.
Sounds great, Gianna. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at SphereRocketVA.com and find out how we can make your life easier.